Galnet News Digest, 22nd of September 3306. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, murder most peculiar. Knocking the goal out of the park. Who ordered Halsey's murder? A shining light for Evelyn. Murder most peculiar. The death of Prince Harold Duval at the hands of militant Republicans raises many questions, chief amongst which is why assassinate Harold? If ever there was a walking advertisement for the benefits of republicanism, that advertisement was surely Prince Harold. Interested only in partying his life away, his daughter, Princess Aisling, was something of an accident. Aisling's mother, exotic entertainer Imogen Eccentrica Gabriellini, died shortly after Aisling's birth of a drug overdose. Disowned by his father, the Emperor, passed over for the top job and suffering from gout as well as several other diseases of a personal nature, Prince Harold had been living quietly in Natchenar, causing trouble to nobody other than his personal slaves. Harold is a Duval, certainly, but by far the least significant. If the Republican terrorists wanted to be taken seriously, they should be targeting Emperor Arissa, or, failing her, Senator Petraeus, Zemina Torval, or Princess Aisling herself. Killing Harold makes the neo-Marlinist extremists look at best like second-rate terrorists, only able to pick off low-value targets. Of course, Harold was only vulnerable to attack because he was rushing to his daughter's side in the wake of the attacks on 4 starports, one of which was Mackenzie Relay in Semies. No one could have anticipated this move except for someone close to Harold, or to Princess Aisling. Could Princess Aisling herself have betrayed her father? Could the neo-Marlinists be other than they seem? Perhaps they're not Republicans at all, but are working for the pretender to the imperial throne, Hadrian Duval. Something doesn't quite add up in the affair of Harold the Mad and the burning stations. Knocking the goal out of the park. Support from owners of fleet carriers keen to have more easy places to refuel their behemoths has resulted in the Brewer appeal ending early. The fleet carrier manufacturer and architect of the Coriolis starport was sponsoring 2 smaller companies, Steel Castle and Kavanagh, each to upgrade 5 refinery outposts to starports to make refuelling easier. Steel Castle's appeal for building materials finished after only 2 days, while Kavanagh's quest took a further day to complete. Delivery to Kavanagh was impacted by the limit of the number of fleet carriers allowed in the system at once, coupled with the long supercruise distance to the delivery depot. The limit on the number of fleet carriers in one system is also an issue for those helping with the rescues at the 4 damaged Imperial starports. Kavanagh, which finished second, has been granted authority to upgrade the first 5 outposts on the list to Orbis starports. Steel Castle will upgrade the remaining 5 as Coriolis starports. All 10 starports will be in position and ready to supply tritium on Thursday, the 1st of October. Who ordered Halsey's murder?
Chief Technician Rory Webster was a department head of engineering for Starship 1. Testimonies from members of Mr. Webster's team claim that he ordered unauthorised adjustments to the ship's hyperdrive systems while in dry dock shortly before its launch in May 3301 and subsequent destruction. This case is now being brought before the Federal High Court, where Mr. Webster will stand trial for mass murder and attempted treason.
The words of Melandu Okoro of the Federal Attorney's Office speaking last week. As we wait for Rory Webster to be brought before the Federal High Court, we can only speculate why he tampered with the hyperdrives of Starship One way back in 3301. Whoever wanted President Hudson killed, it wasn't Rory Webster, a relatively minor technical lead in the Federal Navy. Destroying a starship of the presidential flight with hundreds of federal officials on board is big league stuff. This wasn't a disgruntled voter, and if, as the inquiry has found, it wasn't an accident, then someone pretty high up must have arranged the sabotage. Is there a trail of breadcrumbs to that person? Will we find out who they were and what their motivation was? Will Rory Webster speak out? Or will presidents in high places ensure he's silenced before he gets the chance? A shining light for Evelyn. Some time back, scribbling Senator Drew Wagar wrote the story of Evelyn Fay Roy, Commander Jello Wiggler's daughter. A memorial to Evelyn, called Evelyn's Light, has been created, so now you can listen to the story and visit the location where the story happened. In other news, Senator Wagar is off on another galaxy tour, this time looking at astronomy. The tour starts on Thursday the 1st of October in the Sol system, looking at the 9 traditional planets of that system and their moons. Future episodes will visit nearby stars, the Plough, Lyrae, Cygnus and Aquila, Taurus, Orion and Nebulae. If you would like to join Commander Drew Wagar on his tour, sign up now. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.